Hi there, I'm Jordan, and today I'll be walking you through how to reduce excessive screen time in children using key behavior modification principles. This approach is grounded in decades of research on how behavior is learned, maintained, and changed using operant conditioning principles. Whether you're a parent, carer, or educator, these strategies can help you shift behavior patterns without conflict, and they're incredibly practical. Let's start with the problem. Say you're noticing your child spends 4 to 6 hours a day on screens. This may include YouTube, gaming, or TV. You've tried nagging or setting timers, but it doesn't stick. Why? Well, because the behavior is being reinforced, either by fun content, social validation, or escape from chores. Research has linked excessive screen use with sleep disruption, lower academic performance, and reduced physical activity. So this is more than just a household annoyance, it's a health and developmental concern. Our goal initially may be to bring screen time down to within 1 to 2 hours per day, using the behavior modification principles that have shown strong success in similar contexts. This can be achieved over a relatively short time period, but there are many factors that influence how successful you'll be. To change behavior effectively, we use the ABC model. A is for antecedents, what happens before the behavior. B is for behavior, the specific action, for example, turning on the iPad. And C is for consequences, what happens after the behavior that makes it more or less likely to happen again. This structure gives us leverage at multiple points. Let's start with antecedent control. You might notice your child turns on the TV right after school. This is a cue or a trigger. We can modify this by adding a visual schedule, say, where screen time is earned after a 30-minute walk or completing a chore. Removing access, such as unplugging the console or limiting access to devices during key hours, is another way to manipulate antecedents. It's all about controlling the events leading up to the behavior in a way that makes that behavior more or less likely to occur. There is a spectrum of how influential these antecedents are, so find a balance that is able to respect the boundaries of your child while still being able to make appreciable change. You aren't raising a robot. Your child will benefit immensely the earlier they learn to navigate a world full of things wanting their attention. And on top of that, being collaborative right from the start will help reduce resistance. More on that later. Because next, I want to talk to you about consequences. Now, consequences may sound overtly negative, but they simply mean the events following a behavior that make a behavior more or less likely, if you remember. But like a reward, they can be positive. Rather than punishing, we positively reinforce desired behaviors. So if your child follows the new rule, like using the tablet for just 1 hour, offer a reward. This might be a sticker, a token, or special privilege. Reinforcement should be immediate, specific, and consistent. In a 2014 study that I'll link below, parents used reinforcement and limit setting techniques to reduce children's recreational screen time. After just 6 weeks, participants showed significant reductions in screen use and improved sleep and school performance, highlighting the power of structured behavioral approaches. You can also apply differential reinforcement of incompatible behavior, or DRI, which reinforces actions that physically can't be done at the same time as screen use. For example, reward your child for spending time outside, doing puzzles, helping you cook, helping you clean, you get the point. These behaviors compete directly with screen use and naturally fill the time void. Another thing you should do is avoid harsh punishments. They usually increase resistance. Now, resistance refers to a child's opposition or reluctance to adopt new behavior patterns, often arising when reinforcements for the old behavior is removed or new expectations are introduced. It's a normal part of behavior change and can be managed through consistency, a lot of patience, and reinforcing small successes. Instead, use extinction. That means removing the reinforcement. If tantrums usually lead to more screen time, stop giving in. At first, the behavior might escalate. This is called an extinction burst. But if you stay consistent, it will eventually decline. Behavior change is a process. Track screen use over time. A simple chart or app can help both you and your child visualize the progress, celebrate small wins, adjust reinforcers if needed, and stay patient. So, to wrap up, reducing screen time isn't about battles. It's about structure, consistency, and rewarding the behaviors you want to see more of. Behavior modification gives you the roadmap to do just that. And I'll give you a practical example. Say a family is implementing a token economy system to reduce their child's after-school screen time use. The agreed target was 1 hour a day. For each day the child limits their screen use to 1 hour, they earn a token. After collecting 5 tokens, they can exchange them for a larger reward, like a family outing or a small toy. By encouraging and rewarding your child for doing hands-on activities like building with Lego, painting, or playing a musical instrument, these activities occupy their hands and attention, making it impossible to simultaneously use a screen. You might say, I noticed you spend 30 minutes practicing the guitar today instead of asking for your tablet. That's fantastic. Here's a token toward your weekend reward. This method not only reduces screen time, but also promotes the development of new and enriching skills. Thanks for watching. I hope you give these tools a try.